But y'all will not continue to treat me this way. Y'all not going to continue to treat these people this way. Y'all take that dark energy, that arrogance, and that entitlement somewhere else.
PTSD.
I say all of that to say, we going to do this. Since Rory feels like he has so many options here. Somehow he still feels like he's running the show. He still feels like he has choices and options. He feels like he's entitled to more. Rory, you are in breach of your contract, and from this point forward, you are fired, and you're not welcome back. Does anybody in here have a problem that I'm the person that has to say that?
No.
Mal, I'm the person that has to say that. The gall of you to think that you are observing the way that I am. To think that I have to come to you about a problem I have with another man. We have things sorely mistaken around here. That's not ego and arrogance. It's realism. So no. Actually, what I was trying to do was, I was going to say that Rory's in breach. Rory's out of here. We're done. We're done with Rory. Enough of this. He has to go. In the event that you can correct your energy and your thinking and everything that's going on with you and this fucking catastrophe that's going on with you, then let's talk about re-entry. But you don't get to hold the cards for re-entry. Why does he keep talking that way? Can somebody answer me?
Because you
don't say nothing. Don't worry about it. I'll take accountability. I own it. I own it. I own it. I will own it. We have been friends. I've been handling them as friends. I've been handling people with kid gloves. I'm trying to tiptoe around certain things, but we can no longer do that. There's businesses to run. There's millions to make. The end. If you want to call me phony, I'll take it. I've been called worse by better.
Yeah, I wanted to have that conversation. I wanted you to have that conversation a while ago. You know that. Stop skirting shit because you look at people a certain way and you feel like you're going to handle them a certain way.
That's my mom in me. I love niggas I shouldn't. I love. Apologies, therapy, mad communication. Corey's been present for some of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, there has been a lot of work and energy invested into this.
Yeah. I think everybody in this room's part.
Well, yeah.
I know I've spent, I don't know how many hours pacing around the backyard talking to everybody involved.
So I didn't.
Except for Mal. Me and Mal never really spoke on the phone that much, but.
So I didn't. So I have not spoken to either one of them. We did that pod, then we did, and after we did that pod, we hung out for a few hours.
It was great. It was great. We were in the backyard.
You could still see some of that. You could still see some of that magic.
Yeah.
When everybody is playing their part and feeling good and just gets to being themselves, you could still see the magic that made this thing become as huge as it is.
I thought we were right back after that, honestly.
I didn't.
Okay. It felt good. It felt good. The conversation in the backyard. The hangout. It was just a hangout. It wasn't even a conversation.
It was a hangout. To me, it felt like a lot of posturing. There's been a lot of posturing behind the scenes. There's been a lot of posturing. There's been a lot of that. That's what it felt like to me. But we hung out and we had a good time.
Yeah.
And when you tug on the heartstrings, you could see greatness. You could see it.
Uh-huh.
And then everybody left, and then we came back and we did another pod, and boy, was that awkward.
It was.
Boy, was that nasty.
It was.
Boy, was that uncomfortable.
It was.
Did it anyway.
Did it. Clocked out a little earlier than we usually did, and that was not
We was done. We was done at 47 minutes. Hey, at 47 minutes of that pod, we was done. Drawing at strings.
Yeah.
It's over, buddy. It's over.
We gave it a shot. We tried to push through.
But guess what? There's a vacation coming. Let's everybody go on vacation. Everybody go reset. That vacation wasn't for them. They just went on vacation.
Right.
The vacation wasn't for them. It was for the people that had worked hard. It was already planned. Let's everybody go on vacation, get the energy, get the mood right.
Right.
And then we'll come back. But Rory's birthday passed. I didn't call him. I didn't text him.
I wished him a happy birthday.
Good for you.
Yeah.
In my life, I don't really care about birthdays. In the reaction vids, right? There's a lot you can't get because there was a lot that was unsaid. And today, those things will not be unsaid. 22 minutes left. I'm doing good on the timing of this thing. And today, those things just can no longer go unsaid because I'm a little more transparent than that, number one. And I love this shit. I love it. I'll be honest with you. Call me what you want.
You have always went head first at drama.
It's not drama.
I've seen him battle
It's
Prodigy, Game, Drake, 50.
But it's not drama. It's uncomfortable situations.
Discomfort, whatever. However you want to call it.
Tension.
Whatever you want to call it. Sure.
I love it.
That has been your MO.
Lean into it.
Sure.
Because nothing is ever really wrong, and especially today.
Yeah.
Especially today. So today I'm here. I had a whole happy playlist. Wait, before I get to that, where was that just now?
I don't recall.
I haven't spoken to either one of them. I made a bet that they wouldn't get here. I was watching the reaction vids. When I watched the vid back, it was a few really important details left out that we'll uncover today. Ooh, the suspense. You're on the edge of your seat. Shout out to the day one listeners out there. We here today. The elephant in the room is the magical A word, you guys. Come on.
Asshole?
Come on. No. No. Come on. Give it to me. You guessed it.
Accounting?
Accounting.
That's a shitty word.
Accounting.
It's so fun in accounting.
And all of those.
I took accounting classes. That shit sucked.
Accounting, man. That's the magical word that these brothers won't say. There's no secret to keep. I love transparency. Let's come in here and read all of the contracts. Yes. Accounting, you guys. Accounting.
Let's crunch some numbers.
All that's happening now, in my opinion, and that's I can only speak from my perspective, nasty seeds that have been planted years ago are just starting to bloom. They're just starting to come to the surface. Some of the nasty seeds.
Well, they're flowering. I think they came to the surface before, but I think the accounting
they're
word
doing
has been
something.
used on the podcast before, so we can't say that they weren't bearing some fruit previously.
Well, that's the
But now
thing.
they're flowering
Well,
and
that's the
flourishing.
thing. The accounting thing has been an issue behind the scenes for so long, for years, for years.
Since
Just
year one of the podcast. Well, actually, prior to when you guys were doing ads and shit.
yeah. So listen, I'll tell a quick story just so we all have some context. This podcast went on for free, outside of some bullshit $1,500, $2,500 ads here and there for 3 years. For 3 whole years. And then the Spotify deal popped up. But now that wasn't the first offer. You know, I've come in here and I've spoken about title deals, offers. I've spoken about offers, Barstool. I've spoken about offers, but none that you would ever really consider. A few just came and went. But we've come in here and we've discussed those things. But it wasn't until the Spotify deal.
Can I make a quick aside on that,
Please.
if you don't mind? Because people see us or hear you talk about, oh, we turned down $30 million and turned down $10 million from Barstool, whatever the fuck the numbers were. Who gives a fuck? To most people, and maybe some people that were in the room at the time might be thinking, how and why? But they don't necessarily have the experience in doing business to understand why you might not take that.
That was well said.
Okay, carry on. Sorry.
And the Barstool deal wasn't nowhere near that.
Well, I don't remember what the fucking numbers were. Who gives a shit?
See, but I remember things that I shouldn't remember. And I should probably start back even further than that. We were in Detroit, me and Slaughterhouse. Told the story here too, and we were talking about a real top 50 list. Like a real top 50 list. And Mike Herrard, shout out to Mike, is the person that said, damn, man, this would be a great pod. And Joe said, what's a pod? And the second that he told me what a podcast was, IP was birthed. I'm going to walk y'all through this slowly. The second that Mike Herrard, Savon, you and Alex listen to as podcasters, this is important stuff. The second that Mike Harrod uttered the words of what a podcast was.
I think this was like 2012 for reference point
Yeah.
for people. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Now
maybe 11.
Now I had already been tinkering with what was a podcast. We just didn't know that was a podcast. It was called This Is My Fucking Show. It was me by myself. It was me and Toto. I lived with Maul at the time. He knew what was going on. You know what's going on, right? But yeah, IP was birthed at that moment. Corey, who's sitting right there, was managing me at the time. And I went back home, and my first call wasn't even Corey. It was Marissa. My very, very, very first call when I said to myself, I want to do a podcast, was Marissa Mendez.
Because she worked at Hot 97.
She worked at Hot 97.
Shout out to Marissa. I didn't mean to interrupt that.
She worked, we here to kick it today.
Yeah.
She worked at Hot 97, right? She had we lived together.
She was
with
your
Maul.
assistant for a
She was
while.
my assistant.
Yeah.
It didn't work out in that role because she fell in love, but we remained tight. She had a personality. She was hurt. We was going to kick it off. I called Marty. She was down. She called Peter Rosenberg. He was going to produce this thing, get a studio, and so forth and so on. So episode 1 is Joe Budden, Marissa Mendez, Peter Rosenberg, and some engineer. God is funny because the first person that I had to get rid of was the first person that I called. Think about it.
Well, no, I think you got rid of Pete before Marissa.
Pete was never really there. See, and that's important to note too.
Yeah,
shout out to Pete. He today himself will admit that he didn't really have all the information back then. I've seen him tweet it. Shout out to him. There's no bad feelings there. We love Pete.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. But by episode 8, y'all know me. See, I'm in here with some people that know me. Truly. Anywhere I go, I'm trying to figure out what. How important is each cog in play here? I'm an artist. I work from the position of there's 100% of the pie. And to give away some of the pie, you have to bring something to the pie.
You're an artist, and not only that, pardon me to interrupt again, you're an independent artist for most of your career.
Yeah.
With experience of being with a label with a bunch of middlemen that take money that...
Everybody took money. The lawyers, the business accountants, the executives. Rory's giving record exec. That's what he's giving. It's a little... But anyway, yeah. Damn, where was I at?
Looking around the room, seeing who's getting a piece of what.
Oh, yeah.
Getting information.
Day one. And listen, there was a studio there. I come from rap, so I mean, we can go get a studio.
Yeah. We used to go from the studio to the studio, in fact.
Pete was there, and I thought that maybe some guests would come, and he would let me know what to do. But by episode 4, 5, and 6, I realized I was winging this, and this is what I had already done. Pete, you my man, but I don't need you here. Hey, some people will say that's nasty. I disagree. And then that worked out however it worked out. But then Marissa was the first person that I had to lay off. Like, get rid of. The first person that I called. And I told Rory I was going to do it. He didn't want it to happen. Yo, man, oh, that's foul. It's fucked up. Blah, 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 blah.
What was the context of you laying her off?
She had become Marissa. At the time, there was some Drake tension. And at the time, she was struggling with her on-air personality versus her off-air personality in terms of what she could divulge, what she was comfortable sharing, some of the things that maybe she was hearing from people she looked up to and was inspired by it. Like, there's a lot that comes with that. I've seen that before because on Joe Budden TV, when I was running around with a camera and it blew up, people switched up.
Yeah.
On Love and Hip Hop, the second they say action, people switch up. I have seen people switch up a lot. Common. So, I mean, Marty was there. We had to get rid of her. We shot around with some other hosts, but none of that's important. I only bring it up to say at episode 1, Joe Budden owned this. These things have to be said. We cannot keep skirting around certain things. So on these reaction vids, when you hear these two gentlemen speaking about day one, neither one of them were present day one. That's important to note. I'm also seeing people, if you know me, I trust plans, patterns, and prep. Not really people so much. And that's only important because that whole old respect thing, that whatever we was going back and forth, some people questioning my character. Let me ask you something. Do you psychoanalyze your friends?
By what? What do you mean?
Do you psychoanalyze your friends?
Yeah, for sure.
Ian, do you understand what I'm saying? Corey, do you understand?
Absolutely.
Does anybody understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I know all my friends like the back of my hand.
I do.
Think, you know?
I do. It's a shame these brothers are not here because I was coming in today to be transparent whether they was here or not. Y'all know me. I say things to people's faces. I was coming in here to say to Mal that I love you and I think we have the power to grow. I was coming in here to say to Mal, paying on the empty fucking seat, to say we have experienced some things. I was coming to do therapy. Real therapy, not that bullshit that Rory went and did with me. Real therapy, when you dig deep for real. I was coming to say to Mal, respect is the entry level to friendship. See, last podcast I was here, I'm going to keep it a buck. I was on a muscle relaxer. This was for them. I was tired. Vacation was coming. I didn't have time. I wanted to say to Mal, hey, respect is entry level in friendship. Minds require way more than that. If ain't no respect, we not friends.
I think
I'm blunt with it.
You alluded to it when you said that.
I
give
alluded
respect
to a lot.
strangers on the street.
Yeah. I alluded to a lot. Yeah. I'm here to say it now.
Okay.
Respect is entry level. The other things that are important in friendship are trust.
Yeah. That's a big one.
Communication.
That's a big one.
Merit.
That's a big one.
Honor and awareness.
Okay.
It's important for me to let my friends know exactly who I am so they know how to protect me or how to hurt me if they see fit. I psychoanalyze my friendships. And in doing so with Mal, him and I have been through everything in the world together. We've gone to jail. We fucked the women. We've done this. We've done that. We've done it all.
You guys lived together for how many years?
He lived with me for a certain amount of years. My position in his life has always been one of protection.
And open arms, I think.
If this relationship were ever transactional from way back yonder, that has been one way. And unfortunately, one of the things that we have dealt with in our relationship, if she was here and I thought about calling one, but no need, I've done this before, is abandonment. Found a way to say it. Give my credit, nigga. Found a way to say it. Mal and I have gone through abandonment. Mal, back to patterns. And not really patterns, because humans get into this got to take care of themselves mode.
Of course.
But I've seen Mal get into that mode, and we never addressed it. Let's get real here. We here today. Him and I have never addressed it. When he came back to this pod, when he started the pod, episode 77, I didn't even know if he lived in New York.
I remember. Well, because he was bouncing around.
Don't matter. Yeah. I didn't know where he lived is where the communication was. I was not certain that he was in a place that he could continue this.
Right.
But he did. Awesome. Him and I have never had a conversation where I would think that where ownership was exchanged. It's never even come up between him and I. But he was here, and that's my brother, and we've been through everything, and I was so happy that we just kept going.
Love Mal.
Of course I love Mal. I was coming in here to say, Mal, I've been through everything with you except for one thing that's really important. We've never broke bread. We've never broke bread. We've never had to. I don't really ask my mans what they do for a living, where they get their money from, how their relationship is. You know niggas.
Yeah.
We don't really, you know what I mean? I've never really needed to.
Right.
You've always lived with me. Rory popped up around episode 9. 10, 11, 12, one of those, 16. It was somewhere around there. Nobody asked him to. Nowhere was he in my thought process. I met Rory in 2014. This pod started 2015. I don't even know you well enough for you to be in my thought process. You came along when All Love Lost was being created. That's the end. That's the end of the road. He don't really know me. He don't. It's unfortunate. As transparent as I think I am. Rory pops up around episode 17, 18, and 19. He's still working a fucking job.
I remember that.
Made it both work. No conversation has ever transpired between Rory and myself where an exchange of ownership would be brought up. Even now, with all this shit going on, neither one of them have still said, hey, I want to renegotiate my contract. Neither one of them have said, I want a raise. Neither one of them have said what they believe the problem to be. Besides accounting. They want to see it. No. You've gotten accounting. See, the problem is they don't know the difference between the word accounting and the word audit. Because these brothers are my friends, the Spotify deal came along and it was time to negotiate. Taking a sip of something.
Go ahead.
Am I good so far?
Yeah.
I'm not out of bounds, right? Okay. That's important. The Spotify deal came and Rory called. And Rory said, hey, I want to own some of this. And I said, no. And he said, yeah, but Duce Palooza. And I said, no. I'm not selling anything. Am I off base? No. Should I not say that? No. And then he said, well, I want to get paid from YouTube. And I said no. Years ago. And he didn't understand why. And I then, let me speed this up a little bit. And then I said, well, Rory, it's my YouTube page. It's my YouTube page. These are my people. However many people it is here. I'm paying for it. I've been paying for it. I didn't have it to pay for it. I own it. It's mine. And the YouTube payouts, why would I ever do that? No, I'm still trying to figure this out. Get away from me. No. But you my man. So, whatever footage I tape, you can have it. No other place would do that. But you my man, so you can, right, Ian? They wouldn't. But you my man, so you can have it. Go build your YouTube page. Same for Mal. You both can have access. You know what happened?
They didn't build a YouTube page.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. So that existed. And then they wanted to know, well, how much are we going to get paid from this Spotify thing? Like, how much is it? And I said, I don't know. Like, my plan is to build a business. And I've never built a business. So, well, not a proper one. Not correctly. But I'm taking the proper steps now to do that. So I can't really tell you how much you're going to be paid because it's going to fluctuate. I have no idea what these costs are going to be. They made me lock into a number.
Okay.
They needed some ballpark idea. They needed to just see something. I'm not agreeing unless I have some idea of what it looks like. So what do? We went and came up with what it might look like, even though we didn't know.
We projected what the year would look like.
We projected. We can't project.
But it's not guesstimating. It was doing a good job to look at things that we felt like would come up across the year that we would need to have in order to run the podcast. That's simple.
Okay.
Yeah, but a lot more shit happened after that got done.
That's secondary to what we did. We planned to give them a number like they asked for.
And they agreed.
And how did that look? Was it a flat fee or was it not a flat fee?
It was a number based on the expenses we projected to have, which went well above and beyond what we projected. But nonetheless, we wanted to give them some assurance so that they could plan life, whatever that means. Talk about rentals or purchases, living accommodations, expenses to get to and from work, whatever that means. That's their business. But we needed to give them some framework of what this would look like so that they could say, okay, we get it.
And they went through whatever their deal points were with their respective attorneys at the time, and we negotiated, and we came up with something between these gentlemen and myself, and I had a situation with Spotify. How do I say this? I want to be respectful. Yeah?
Yes.
You know, we're just numbers to the companies.
It's really nice to see.
And the business people that I admire treat me that way, and they tell me that, and they love what we're doing. But you got to be able to see the long play to get that. You can't want to come and argue about YouTube and Spotify dollars. Like, what are you saying? And no, not when you paid in the top 5% of everybody that does your job. Like, you have no reason for the distrust.
You think I said it?
Not top 5.
Well, top 5 maybe including all broadcasters.
Top 5, top 1% of A-Mic podcasters.
They might be paid more
Top,
than more.
top 1% of the country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A-Mic.
Well, top 5% of the country.
A-Mic broadcasters.
Yeah.
Yes.
You start from a place.
Without telling anybody's business. See, that's why I keep saying this is not about money. Because there's too much money. Well, for me, anyway, if you believe that, like if you see it, if you see where we come from, if you see the projections, if you have eyes and fucking ears, then you know what happened in the last however many years.
And mind you, this is all without any exclusive audio or video deals.
Rory
Or touring.
I mean, that's the obvious, Parks. We've set ourselves up for success. This entire business, start to finish, has been set up so that we can gain leverage on any open avenue stream of revenue that exists and not be pigeoned into one exclusive hole. Period.
No, Joe Budden.
But if you don't see that, you can't appreciate it.
Right. Or if you've never tried to do some shit yourself.
See, but that's where I get angry. Because I'm the guy that's come on this pod and have tried to force a show down each one of their necks. Pause. Mal, you should do a sports show. Mal, you should do a dating show. Anything I think Mal can go do. Huh?
Clothes, he said. Yeah,
Clothes,
fashion,
fashion. For years, I've been wondering why Mal is not in charge of our merch. Like,
yeah.
you cool, you dress cooler than me. Like, go design some shit, put it together, and take control of it. That never happened. Rory, oh my God. When Barstool was offering me whatever they was offering me a position at Sirius 4 days a week, whatever, I came to Rory. I said, yo, you want to do it? I got an opportunity for you. He was hype about it. Yeah, I want to do it. Never panned out, but I came to him. When somebody else came to me with an opportunity, I came to Rory. Yo, man, I got an opportunity coming. What's up? You want to do this? He was hype about it. Yeah, I would do that if it come about. Yeah, that's who Joe is.
I've always known you as that, even when shit was low. Yo, come over here and do this. Come DJ. Come to Detroit, do this album, whatever.
Outside of the threat of the government, Rory, outside of the threat of the government, every other day, Joe alone is entertaining 7 and 8 figure deals without you and without you and without this. That's important to say. No one's trying to rob either one of these guys. It's not enough for me to want to be shady. It's not enough to want to be malicious and evil. But I'm certainly not going to keep convincing these gentlemen of that. This accounting thing has been a problem for 3 years. When I'm going back and doing the math, I got emails of Rory saying, again, back to my memory as an owner, hey, why is this person paid this? Why is this person paid this? Where is this expense from? Where is this expense from? Well, yeah, when you do that, I'm really going to watch your level of effort. I'm going to pay close attention to how you treat how you treat it. And truth of the matter, Rory's had a problem with a lot of shit for a lot of years. And I won't say what those things are, but there are emails of Rory questioning everything. Sorry, buddy, you don't get to question me. Not statistical, but because we negotiated and there's a contract that says I have final say in all of this shit. You can ask whatever you want, but there's nothing you can do about anything. But that contract also lets you participate a great deal in a lot of shit. So when you have a problem with that contract, like Joe always says, when you shaking a tree, bitch, you better be sure. I'm not calling them bitch.
Yeah.
Slang. You better be sure you got a problem with what's in that contract. I've had problems in contracts before. Know what I got to do to fix it? Wait for the next contract. And I've been waiting it out. But enough is enough now. Now that I have a solution, now that we've already troubleshot, now that the rug has been pulled from under us, now that the Joe Avengers, there's a team of Joe Avengers out there. I'm watching you. There's a team of you Joe Avengers out there that seem to be hurt because you cannot hurt me. That's where some of these, I'm not, sorry, buddy.
I'm laughing.
It's true.
Yeah.
People keep trying to hurt me, and I just keep rising to the occasion. The smear campaign didn't work. I hit old boy and said good morning 8 months ago. He still ain't said nothing back. Nigga, you mad at good morning? Wow. Whoa. Didn't work. Some of those other claims from some other people didn't work. It's not going to stick to the wall. I'm running these businesses on the side of what's right and wrong, on the side of what I would want as a creator, and I'm doing it for my kid who's a creator and every other creator to follow. The end. And that might be another huge part of this. He ain't a creator. Neither is he. Entrepreneurs, maybe. Creator, we'll fight about it another time. But tell me what I should have done, Parks. What should I do? You'll never see my books. I'm consistent in that. I own it. You'll never see my books. I'm not going to ask you. No, but don't just sit around aggy about it. Don't sit around making faces, tight, mad, pissed, attempting to leverage friendship and business. I compartmentalize well, and these are two different things. In friendship, we can hang out. We can go smoke some hookah, join a kickback. In business, I ain't for play. I'm not for play. I got enough years of getting fucked without the Vaseline. I'm not letting it happen from anybody. I have 2 kids. Come on, man.
We old, man.
Come on, man. I don't have time for this. Yeah. They're either being ill-advised or they're advising wrong. I'm protected.
I think they also have...
Let me tell the audience before you go. I am protected. Everything is fine. If you're wondering why Ish and Ice have continued to be on Patreon, It's because I never knew the state of what these two niggas would do at any given moment, and I will not allow any of gang to be affected by bad business and bad decision making and greed and self-centeredness and all of these other really toxic things. The clear out was to go get the energy right. Stop coming in another man's fucking house with a face. Stop coming in somebody's house with an attitude. Stop coming in somebody's house with entitlement and all of this other shit. It's somebody's house. I feel for this nigga. For this man, rather. Because that's my friend and I love him. So when I see mistreatment, I just don't stand for it. And Rory should know that about me. Because when dudes tried to mistreat him, I handled that. Me, Joe, I went, That's my reaction vid. No, you can't keep inviting me to your hands, Rory. Because when someone that I know and love and someone that he knows and loves took the time out to really sort you out for 2 months to see what that fist work was about, it wasn't about much. That's not an insult. That's what happened because I'm psychoanalyzing. I had an issue with that. You're on this pod. Niggas is pulling up to see you. Whoa, dog. No. You can't do that. You can't find him here. You got to find him somewhere else. You can't come find. That's just who I am. When they had that real uncomfortable conversation with y'all and I wasn't present for it and I thought it was cowardly, I took offense. I get into protect mode. Morale need to be kept high at all times around here. I know what creative shit look like when it ain't. Am I on a rant? Am I just rambling?
No, it's cool.
It's shit that needs to be said, right?
Yeah.
The accounting looks beautiful. And these two gentlemen have been overpaid for years. And unfortunately, what happened was a world that I could never imagine. I never foresaw a world where they wouldn't be here, and I had to try to make it work without them. And in that, which these two gentlemen should have equated for in their risk assessment, what happens? Well, you bring some other people through, and you keep things going, and yeah, the numbers doing what numbers do, but it's numbers, and after a few weeks, everything was fine. Everything was fine. And it's a shame that we have to do this. Rory, if you're trying to audit me, I'm never putting you on Patreon. I mean, this should just be plain as day. Brenner, Brandy, whoever's representing this kid, I'm never putting you on Patreon. Any deal that exists is in my name, and anything that was happening is because I'm a really good guy. When I say that, Rory gets offended. He thinks I'm being egotistical when I say, hey, dog, some of the deals and some of the stuff that's happening, like behind the scenes, some of this magic, some of what you're making, like, it's because of this and this and this and this and that. And that's how this really happened. I mean, if we're going to be transparent, they got a raise and they asked questions.
It was a big raise.
And I got offended. The thought that went into turning down all of these deals to land where we landed at Patreon for all of this great shit, and I can't say it here, but it's great shit on the horizon still. Like, it's really amazing shit on the horizon.
We're still independent.
We're unsigned. If they don't get that, if they know what their contracts say and they know what they make, and we're unsigned, don't have an audio or video deal anywhere, bam, I don't know what to tell you.
Unsigned and rich is one of the craziest places to be in as a creator, as a entertainer, as a musician. Unsigned and rich is a great place
uncontrolled
to be.
And able to navigate where you see fit. In this industry is unheard of.
For 2 days a week, I wish they had more of a point of reference, but for 2 days a week, which in Joe's brain is about 28 hours a month, it's under 30 hours. It's still kind of a part-time job. You're telling me you rich from that? I would be going to get with my team so fast. I did it, actually.
That's what you do.
I went.
That's what you do.
I always pick up and go to work. I went to Complex for 20 grand, 4 days a week, happy.
22. 22,000.
No, you took your cut.
I took a reduced cut.
That
A reduced cut.
That deal.
No. It's just to say, because that's what the fuck needed to happen in order for us to get up 4 days a week and go to work. That was the springboard to what was to come next.
Let me be transparent again. Ian's always taking a short.
Always. But
No, that's not true. When he wasn't taking a short, it wasn't no money.
That's right.
Hey, he was getting.
He might have been paying for shit.
Yeah. He sold me on this partnership shit, and then when I got some money, he stopped paying for everything. He stopped paying for everything,
That's not
boy.
true. That's not
I'm
true.
kidding around.
I know, bro.
I'm kidding around because we can kid around.
Yes, we can.
Because shit is just okay, and it's unfortunate that these brothers don't feel that way, man. It's unfortunate.
You're generous when you don't have to be. And you've done it with me. But that helps me to look at scenarios a bit differently than other people may, right? So I see a scenario where it could be a windfall for me. But instead of it being a windfall, I look at it like, well, let's buy good equity with the rest of the team, let everyone else get paid. And if this really is a long-term investment, I can see 5 years down the road. I can see 10 years down the road.
Me too.
And it looks an
I see what it looks
enormous
like.
deal greater than this.
I see what it looks like.
And that stops me from being over needy in the moment. I don't need much.
Same.
I've strapped my belt up before.
But there's
My stomach has touched my back before. I've slept on the couches and the floors. All the stuff I've had to I've ducked the repo man.
I've lived in a dingy apartment in Queens for fucking a decade.
with cockroaches.
And we made millions out of, goddammit.
Yeah, come on. I've broken in my own apartment because they changed the locks and there was a pink note on the door that said you got 4 days to go.
You broke into your own apartment?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes they come put a little thingamajiggy out, jump to the balcony, something. You never know what. Listen, my bank accounts have been frozen. Out the blue. I've gotten car accidents and had to run from the police. I've been in court for all different experiences. Experiences is where you pull all your shit from. That's why I won't allow anybody to ever negate my rap career. Because glorious or not glorious, anything that I learned came from back there.
Someone just hit me about a cool gig for you to do, by the way. I'll talk about it later.
It's unfortunate, man. I wish my friends knew me. I wish they had better foresight to see how this would play out.
I don't understand how they don't know you.
You have to know I'm going to keep going.
Come on.
You have to know I'm going to find a way.
You have to know that we're all going to keep going. What are you talking about?
You have to know that
That's how this works.
I'm on the side of right and wrong. See, that's the other thing.
There's no business in the world that just stops because people are unhappy. It doesn't work that way.
See, well, that's the part that it took a lot of might in me to not clear it up the last pod when Maul was sitting there talking about the respect and
respect's a two-way street.
When I told him to mind his business. But I never told him to mind his business.
Respect's a two-way street.
I never told him to mind his business.
And nothing says respect to me like you pay me very well.
That's a big one.
I can't let Maul say I don't give a fuck about that contract when everything that argument stemmed from was from that contract. You can't tell me that I don't care about money and I can get money from everywhere because I'm going to sit in my head and say, no, that's not true. No, you can't. We're in a recession. They're just fighting to get money.
And I don't think at any corner of this journey you've ever been selfish or this has always been about the bigger picture.
Well, that's the part when it gets to I read things a little differently, and I'm an owner, so my memory is a little different. When we sat in here before all of this shit imploded, and Rory was offering me to his hands, I'll tell you a secret. That wasn't the real part I had a problem with you guys. Alex, you don't really know me, say Vaughn. You're learning me. I didn't really have a problem with Rory offering me to his hands. I mean, it was problematic, but I never felt threatened. But in that very same podcast, know what the problem was? Rory fixed his mouth to say, well, you want to play little stupid R&B songs in the middle of the pod and ruin everything about the pod, make it some bad pod. I leaned back. Rory, you don't get to say what makes a bad pod here. You get to say what makes a bad pod on your pod. This pod is going to keep going whether you think it's bad or not. And I encourage you to go start a podcast so you can learn about some of the things that podcasters all across America are faced with. It comes without the luxury of the Joe Budden starter kit. It shouldn't be ego that says that. I got podcasters here. Shit, I went through it where I just didn't know how to get up. But we made it through. Rory and Mal can go start a podcast. Well, no, they can't. Not at least for another year. By contract. If they do, I'm going to sue the fucking pants off of them. But whenever they're able to, they can go and start a podcast. They can pay for the staffing. They can source the advertising. They can source the integrations. They can pay the insurance.
Studio time.
They could pay for the studio time.
Engineer.
Set, location, engineer. They could pay for the LLC formation. They
Furniture.
could pay for the insurance. They could pay what it costs to go on tour. You could pay what it costs for the hours of lawyer work for deals that don't get done. You can go do all of those things, but not here. I do it here. No one here has ever reached in their pocket for anything but Joe.